So I'm thinking that as a major first step for men, men should avoid marriage to women. It is simply not advisable for a man to be married to a woman. There are legal issues, financial issues in particular, where men can be left homeless, destitute, poor, unable to see children. It is simply not a wise move for a man to marry a woman. Also, I would go even further and say that it is not advisable for a man to have a romantic relationship with a woman either. Even a romantic relationship has very serious risks for men, and so it is not advisable for a man to engage in a romantic relationship with a woman. It really is as simple as that. Women should be regarded as being like cocaine for men. Men should see women as they see cocaine. Of course, there is pleasure and enjoyment in engaging with cocaine, and the same for men engaging with women. But the consequences of taking cocaine are severely negative, and they're awful consequences. And the same happens when men engage with women. It's hard to it's hard to count the number of men who have been left homeless and destitute and very financially poor because of relationships with women. As crazy as it sounds, a man's relationship with a woman in today's society is not actually very healthy or sensible for the man. I think that men should seek to avoid romantic relationships because a man is exposing himself greatly and he is making himself vulnerable to all kinds of things, accusations, legal issues, financial issues, emotional issues. It's very hard to justify a man's relationship with a woman except to focus on enjoyment and pleasure. But in comparison with the negative side of a relationship with a woman for a man, the enjoyment and the pleasure and the plus side of the relationship pales into insignificance compared with the danger of a man being in a relationship with a woman. So I appreciate that this must seem to be radical and perhaps even insane thinking, but reality speaks for itself and the experiences of men speak for itself. I don't know how to count the number of men who have been negatively affected by being in a romantic relationship with a woman. Financially, socially, legally, it is tragic the suffering that men have endured, so many men, because of being involved with a woman romantically. So it really is as simple as that. Women should be regarded by men. Women should be regarded as cocaine, with all of the consequences of using cocaine, consequences of similar ferocity can be had and faced by men with the relationship with the woman romantically. It is an awful situation and an awful sacrifice. But if a man wants to be free, if he wants to maintain his wealth and his freedom, then a man should seek to not have a romantic relationship with a woman. It is simply not sensible, it is not a good idea for a man to be involved with a woman romantically. There are too many issues. The cards are stacked in her favour, and however she chooses to cause you harm as a man, then she can inflict damage on you with the full assistance of the state. It is absolutely awful situation for men, and men should not marry women, most definitely. And even a romantic, intimate relationship is, I would say, not advisable. The ramifications of this are obviously extreme and awful, but men need to protect themselves and decide if romance is worth the risk. I don't think it is, and men need to protect themselves more and think of themselves first.